let's say if you sell your wraparound token as one Doge, as one BSC equals one Doge at 10 cent or 11 cent, and then you don't purchase it until later, then now you have an incentive to do shorts. Welcome back, YouTube. So we've had an action-packed 72 hours when it comes to the crypto market. We've seen that Bank of America has said that regulations will not allow them to engage in crypto, so they don't plan on it. Remember what JP Morgan said about 6 months ago, wink, wink. We finally have the proof of assets from Binance, and we have a major fast food chain accepting DogeCoin. We're going to talk about all three of these things today. Before I get into Binance, which is going to be the meat of this video, I did want to talk about the Bank of America situation because we've seen this several times. I made a video with JP Morgan pretty much doing a complete reversal on their stance of crypto because they spent like the last 12 months literally saying that pretty much it was worthless and it was, trash. It wasn't going to amount to anything. And now they're adding it as a major asset class. Bank of America, despite what they say and regulations and quote unquote, they are going, if they want to remain competitive, they will make that leap into crypto. I don't care what they say or what type of narrative they're pushing via the media. I feel the same way I do about them. I feel the same way I do about Bank of America as I do about JP Morgan. They're going to make this transition if they want to stay in business. Blockchain is not going anywhere. Another major factor is Dogecoin getting accepted at Chipotle and these fast food major restaurants. This is really a big step, similar to how I feel about Dogecoin getting accepted at something like a McDonald's. The two major things that we need for longevity of the coin and price stability are obviously going to be control of our assets via removing the coins from the exchanges, and of course, utility. We can never forget about utility. This isn't a buy and hold type of play. The coin must be used. We must have control over where those coins are held. So this is a major, major step forward. In addition to the community making the adjustments to have their possession of their coins in their cold wallets, this is a really, really big step to getting Dogecoin to a true equilibrium price. I expect more of these type of announcements to come over the next few months, next few years. I think that the community is doing an amazing job with advocating for the coin and making sure that it has top of the mind awareness in the ever-growing crypto market. I think that Dogecoin is doing extremely well. I talked about this in my last video that Dogecoin was it went up in ranking when we had the consolidation of the crypto market and the fact that we're still a top 10 crypto. So this only helps as we branch out and build these partnerships with different businesses. Now, if you follow my channel, you'll know that I've done a series on shorts and how shorts are manipulating the price of the asset, how shorts typically are able to suppress the price and are able to pretty much hijack the coin literally from the consumers. Then you'll know that how stoked I am about these proof of assets. I've talked about the potential of a wraparound token being able to create synthetic Dogecoin, fake coins to pretty much dilute the market and are able to offset the actual price of Dogecoin by trading in and out of their synthetic coin or their wraparound token versus actual Dogecoin. Because what we've seen up until now is no company has had the ability to utilize leverage and have kept things one-to-one. We have not seen that case just yet. We've seen typically at some point leverage gets overused, especially when times of consolidation and market breakdowns. You'll have leverage get abused. Leverage is the reason that we have pretty much all of our recessions, our crashes. Leverage, the abuse of leverage is literally the root underlier of all of our pullbacks. And we have not been able, and again, crypto is technically supposed to be the answer for that. So this is, especially going forward, now that we have the wallet addresses and we're able to keep a closer eye on it, this is going to be a major factor here to make sure that we have checks and balances, because technically this is supposed to be the answer for it, to make sure that we can kind of do our own accounting just to kind of make sure that things are not so far out of whack. But I do have to say that as of right now, it's basically what we thought, which things are out of whack. Because as of right now, Binance technically has to purchase 400 million more Dogecoin in order to balance their books. And I'm imagining that they didn't even have this many Dogecoin, which is probably why we got that spike this morning prior to this, well, I'll say around the time of this this was released. But yes, you heard that right. If you do the math here, you'll see that there's around a 400 million difference. Or at current prices, we're looking at about a $32 million investment. In any case, we should be, if they want to hold this many Dogecoin, a couple billion, If they want to hold these types of assets, that's fine. We should certainly have our coins, especially if all that entire 1.4 billion or so is the retailer's coin, then we should certainly have access to that in our own private wallets. That shouldn't be something that we turn over to Binance, because again, when they have these type of practices, who's to say that they aren't going to lend these coins out? And I will say that I did get an email from Binance today with their updated terms of service and agreements and stuff like that, effective immediately, effective today. I have not went through it yet. I'm going to go through it and we're going to talk about it, but I did receive an update email today that's stating that if any use of Binance today and going forward pretty much means that you agree to these new terms, and they have new privacy policies and transparency policies and stuff like that. I have not dove into it just yet, but we did get that email today as well, and I don't believe that's a coincidence. I believe that there's going to be something interesting in there. But all in all, this is the reason why we have to have control of our coins, because I'm not saying that it was worse than this prior to them releasing it. Personally, I believe so, but that's just my opinion. I can't put that out there as fact. We can look at when the wallet addresses and when the coins are transferred in there and stuff like that. I don't believe that it's a coincidence that it's taken this long since we've asked, or since he's even acknowledged the fact that he didn't know what proof of assets was and stuff like that, which is fine. But we'll see how the books gets balanced, because now that we're able to see and we're watching, I'm sure that these books will get balanced in an orderly fashion. So the thing that we're going to have to watch is whether or not the coins are in another wallet and they simply have to be transferred to these wallets, that 400 million Dogecoin, or if he has to go into the market and purchase that 400 million Dogecoin. What type of price action should we expect? 400 million Dogecoin is not a small purchase. $32 million at the current price evaluation is not something to shake a stick at. So I'll certainly be watching to see if we're going to have a transfer into one of these accounts, or if they're going to have to actually go into the open market to make that purchase. But as you can see, and this is one of the reasons I made one of the videos stating that, does one Doge equal one Doge? And you can see here with this 400 million gap, as of right now, it's appearing that one Doge does not equal one Doge. Now, obviously, we can give this some time, a few days, to see if this is going to balance out, if they're going to make these adjustments. But as of right now, this is just one of the things that we have to watch for, not just with Binance, with any company, really, to make sure that we're on top of the amount of leverage that they're using, especially with like wraparound tokens and the actual amount of coins that they have, so that they're not having like a 3-to-1 ratio or doing basically some type of fractional reserve banking. If you want the link to look at the proof of assets from Binance, I'll have the link so that you can check this out for yourself in the description section below. And also, again, the major component of this is certainly going to be removing your coins from exchanges, so that if they do have these large amounts of positions, or positions that they have to make entries for, just kind of make sure that they are buying these assets first before they're doing their wraparound tokens, or especially before they're lending them out. What we don't want a situation is something like this, where you're selling these coins or have it available for purchase, technically with your wraparound token, and you actually haven't made the purchase yet. That is an issue, because technically, if you're selling these coins, let's say if you sell your wraparound token as one Doge, as one BSC equals one Doge at 10 cent or 11 cent, and then you don't purchase it until later, then now you have an incentive to do short, so that you can pretty much collect a wider spread on the actual price of the coin, because you sold it, the counterfeit, at 11 cents. That's what they bought in at. And now you're actually buying the coin at 8 cents or 7 cents or something like that, when you're showing proof of assets. So this can be another incentive. I'm not going to jump on that just yet, but it's just something to keep in mind. So definitely get your coins off of the exchanges. I have a link to the Ledger website in my description section as well, so that you can make sure that you're getting an authentic ledger. If you want to support the channel, you can do that for absolutely free by hitting the like button and making sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of you. I hope this video finds you well. Thank you. Until next time.